Listen to what they're saying right here. I'm telling you, if this is not bullish, I don't know what is, right? So this article is talking about the banks and their desire for stablecoin on and off ramps. And then obviously there's a connection here. This is one of the reasons I firmly believe Ripple and other companies are putting pedal to the metal on getting their stablecoin offering out. There's obviously a lot of back and forth between XRP and the stablecoin. The stablecoin complements XRP. We're going to go over that also. It's super bullish if you listen to everything that's going on here. Now, this section of this article is titled How Blockchain Can Revolutionize Payments. Listen closely. They're telling the people this is but one bullish aspect, just one. Let's go here. The integration of on and off ramp services into the mainstream financial ecosystem is both a threat and an opportunity for banks. On one hand, these services encroach on a core banking function, facilitating the transfer of and conversion of money. If consumers and businesses find stablecoins easier and cheaper to use for international payments, although we know that XRP is superior to the stablecoin, Ripple has clarified that. We all know that, but this is payments.com. Let's play this game right now because they're going to give us some information. If consumers and businesses find stablecoins easier and cheaper to use for international payments, they may bypass traditional banking systems altogether. That's domination, folks. That's a lot of value coming into chain. That's number one. Number two, if they like those basic stablecoins, they're going to love XRP. Nothing is cheaper than XRP to move the value. I mean, cheaper to use. That's number one. Nothing's faster than XRP on the XRPL. XRP is the best of the best. So if they love stablecoins, theoretically speaking, they'll love XRP for payments. It's better. But wait, this is my humble opinion, not financial advice. But wait, but this is what they're saying. This is what they're leading to. This all logical conclusions lead to this. But let's keep going. So they may skip traditional banks altogether. Haven't I been saying that? They need us right now. We don't need them. It's just a matter of once we have mass adoption and everybody gets to try it out, they get to actually take the technology for a spin for once. We were held back for so long. The masses haven't had a chance to do that. And they see how good it is. When the small, medium-sized businesses, SMEs, see how good it is. When the big timers finally get to use everything to max capacity, they're all going to see how good the system is. You believe it's good, right? That's why you're here, right? The potency of it. And once that takes effect, they get hooked into that. You want the best of the best. You don't want to go back to what's lesser. And so that theoretically will bring a lot of value to chain, which will result in XRP's price skyrocketing. If XRP is the best of the best, and then on top of that, you have to have a little bit of XRP. I don't know if they voted on this or changed it. You have to have a certain amount of XRP in order to have an account, right? Was it 10? Is it 10 XRP right now? It's been so long, I don't remember. It's with 10 XRP, something like that. What does it do to that price? You tell me. What does it do to that price? But wait, let's keep going because we got a lot to cover here. It says, quote, blockchain solutions and stablecoins. I don't like to use the term crypto. Of course they don't, right? It doesn't matter what you like. As long as you use it, that's all that matters to people that are here to make capital, to make gains off of the native token, the native crypto. That's all that matters is you use it. But anyway, it says, I don't like to use the term crypto because this is more about fintech. They found product market fit in cross-border payments, unquote. That's from Shiraz Sher, general manager of payments and commerce at Solana Foundation, told Payments earlier this year, quote, you get this disintermediation, you get the speed, you get the transparency, you get extremely low cost, unquote. Hey, Solana, that's why I like to hear from you. Now go out there and get me some of those banks. Yeah, right? You say you're going to get them. And you're talking about banks here. You're talking to payments.com. Hey, Solana, go get those banks. We know Ripple has the banks. We know Quant has the banks. A lot of these bank coins, they're already in deep. Hedera has the banks. Hey, Solana, you say you're going to get some banks. I haven't heard much specifically, but here you're talking a good game. Okay, now wait. And we know Ripple is putting the speed. They're putting the speed behind deploying. Did they deploy this stable coin yet or not? I don't know. Was it sometime this month or something like that? I don't know. All right. On the other hand, banks have a unique opportunity to integrate these services into their own operation. See, my concentration is when everything is like when those types of things like stable coins, et cetera, are reaching this peak, then this is going to catch more of my interest. Right now, I'm concentrated fully on the bank coins, researching the bank coins, keeping up with their partnerships, development, other mechanisms they're going to be, implementing AI, quantum computing, things like that. That's enough for me right now. Stablecoin, I just dabble in. I see the news every once in a while, stay up to date every once in a while. By partnering with stablecoin issuers or developing proprietary on-ramp solutions, banks can position themselves as the trusted gateway to the digital economy. I told you they want to position themselves that way. But here's the other thing. Don't forget the staking. They said they want to use staking. Don't forget delegation. They'll get to that later. Don't forget sharing in the lending, because they're going to share in it. They're not just going to allow the people, I don't believe, to just lend and make all that capital like what crypto does outright. Another reason I believe we're going to win. We're going to win overall once the people learn about that you could lend, and you don't need an institution, an intermediary between you and whoever you're lending to. But they will also facilitate the lending that's possible with DLT systems. There's so many ways. Crypto right now, across the board, crypto is bullish long term. I don't see any way around this right now. The banks are coming. They're going. Just that environment alone, that energy alone, makes crypto super bullish. You're going to have these dips. You're going to have these little flash crashes, etc. I don't care about any of that at all. This is me. Doesn't mean you have to feel that way. I'm not one of those people. But wait a minute. So where do we leave off? They want to be the trusted gateway to the digital economy. That hasn't happened yet, which means what? That means there's another explosion. There's an explosion that will happen because of this when that does indeed occur. Theoretically speaking, right? I think that's safe to say. There's a lot that hasn't happened. And when all of that does happen, there's a flood of value. Look, legitimacy and value go hand in hand. And that is to come. So if people like what's happening now, I would think they're going to love what happens later. You tell me, you agree with that? What do you think? It says, but wait, I want to go here because I don't want to delay anymore. I want to show how this affects XRP. There's a direct effect on XRP. Let me get through this. Let me read this a little bit. It's about to be potent. I'm telling you. It says Ripple's upcoming stablecoin RLUSD is poised to significantly, my apologies, impact the XRP ecosystem and potentially drive up XRP's price courses. No guarantees, but this is what they're saying. XRP's price through its on and off ramp capabilities. On and off ramp. This next section is titled On and Off Ramp Functionality. RLUSD is designed to serve as an efficient on and off ramp for cryptocurrency exchanges and cross-border payments. This functionality allows for seamless transitions between fiat currencies and digital assets, which is crucial for institutional adoption. That's what it is. It's a door opener. It's not the best of the best. They're not always going to use it. They know, listen, there's so many banks that Ripple has signed up for the XRP system. They know how potent XRP is. But it's a door opener, right? It appeases them. It says an increased liquidity in the XRP market also is conditioning. These stable coins, although they're super basic, they're nowhere near the native tokens capabilities, but they condition these people, these big institutions, to get used to using the XRP. You see that? So they just keep using XRPL. They get used to the functions. They get used to doing it. Next thing you know, they say, well, this is what you have. What's the best that you have? And Ripple, these other companies come in and say, hey, the best that we have is XRP, Solana, Chain, Link, Quant, etc. All these different bank coins. And then they're like, well, why don't you give us that? If this is that good, if what we're using now is this good, we want to know how good that is. We want the best of the best. In comes XRP. That's why, that's how business is done, right? But you need a hook. The hook the business in. So now, increased demand. It says, as RLUSD gains adoption, it's expected to drive up demand for XRP, potentially leading to price appreciation. The stablecoins integration, and this is coming from the blockchain, that's the source. The stablecoins integration into Ripple's cross-border payment solutions alongside XRP could result in more frequent XRP transactions. Number 2, liquidity enhancement. Large-scale XRP purchases using RLUSD could clear significant portions of exchange order books, potentially driving up XRP's price. This is coming from the Crypto Basic. For instance, if a bank deposits $1 billion in RLUSD and uses it to buy XRP, it could sequentially exhaust sell orders at lower price levels, moving the price upward. Ripple CTO stuns XRP community with mysterious message, quote, lock in, unquote. Yes, but it could be about anything. Well, let's read it and find out what the energy of this was. Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz has published a post that triggered the XRP community's excited feedback in the comments. Quote, lock in, unquote. Ripple CTO says, and I can see how people, would very easily associate this with XRP, but I don't know. It could be about anything. Schwartz responded to a series of reposts which all state one short phrase, quote, lock in, unquote. He also tweeted this short message, sparking interest within the crypto community. The XRP army reacted with a wave of bullish posts, basically posting similar messages in response, taking the Ripple CTO's encouragement to, quote, lock in, unquote, XRP to mean hodl. See, that's what I'm saying. That's interpretation. I'm not so sure about that. Could it be? Yeah, sure. But I'm not so sure about that. It says, and hold it for a long period without selling. I don't know about that. I hold it because I choose to hold it, not because anybody said anything or told me something. And I'm not talking about somebody who's out there's like, remember Mick, remember your brother got you into crypto, got me into crypto, didn't tell me to hold the crypto. Told me, hey, listen, if these are the ones that are good. If you can't get this, if you can't get XRP, get XLM, the whole story there. But he can't make me hold anything. I did my own research and saw that what he was saying as a brother was serious business and was good and was potent. And then I chose to hold XRP. There's a difference. These comments were similar to this one published by the @XRP Crypto Wolf XRP enthusiast. Quote, David just confirmed to lock in and not sell any XRP, unquote. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a hell of an interpretation from just two words, lock in. It could mean anything. Lock in. I'm reading a little tweet that they have cropped there. What do you guys think? You think that he's talking about locking in, holding XRP? A lot of people say lock in. That means focus. Lock in, especially like in gaming, they say, oh, I got to lock in. I'm locked in. That means you're focusing on something. I mean, what's your interpretation of that? We're going to move on here. Here we go. We're going to get to the big dog Bitcoin right now. And this article is titled The Catalyst. One catalyst could trigger Bitcoin explosion to $1 million, says CryptoQuant CEO. What do people think out there? I asked about a lot of prices out there. I think recently we were talking about $200,000 Bitcoin, and there was a $180,000 prediction. I was asking everybody out there, do they believe it can reach that? Let's talk about this $1 million we keep hearing everybody talk about. Do you believe in some years' time, into the future, that Bitcoin can reach $1 million? Do you believe that? What do you feel about that? The chief executive of crypto intelligence firm CryptoQuant is identifying one catalyst that could send Bitcoin to a $1 million price tag. In a new thread on the social media platform X, Ki Young Ju says that by the time the top crypto asset by market cap reaches $1 million, it will have overtaken gold. According to Ju, the crypto king reaching 9 figures is inevitable as investor demand shifts from gold to Bitcoin. Really? You feel that way? Shifts from gold? Why would it shift from gold? I'm sorry. I'm a huge believer in gold. I love Bitcoin also, but I'm a huge believer in gold. We'll see what happens. Quote, in 2004, before gold ETFs were approved, gold's market cap was $1 trillion. Today, it's $17.8 trillion. If we assume gold's intrinsic value as a precious metal is $1 trillion, then around $16.8 trillion represents its demand as a safe haven asset and a hedge against inflation. Bitcoin's current market cap is $2 trillion, and it could go up 750% if gold demand shifts to if. That's if. Notice he put that if in there. Where did we leave off? Sorry, I lost my place, folks. You let me lose my place. It says, if we assume gold's intrinsic value. Okay, we read that part. Considering inflation, Bitcoin reaching $1 million isn't about if it will happen, it's about when. People will start discussing the gold flipping within 5 years, unquote. I'll say this. I won't go as far as saying $1 million, but Bitcoin can go very high. Now, if there is a concerted effort by the companies, once they're all in position, there's a mass marketing campaign. I think marketing, and you know what I mean? Listen, they know how to, they can push ideas on the masses. And there's a huge pool of capital to tap into if they do that. And if they convince the masses that Bitcoin is easy to invest in, which it is, it's safe, it is a good moneymaker, etc. And this push will come from the banks and large financial institutions, primarily, in my humble opinion, through their media sources, which they have a lot of connections. Then sure, Bitcoin can go extremely high. I don't know about $1 million. What do you think? How high do you think Bitcoin can go max? Quote, fresh capital is fueling Bitcoin as the realized cap grew. The ceiling price increased from 129,000 to 146,000 in 30 days. At $102,000, it's far from a bubble. You sure about that? It would need a 40. I'm not really concerned no matter what, because I know that there's certain catalysts that haven't come into play yet. It would need a 43% surge to hit the threshold, often considered a bubble, unquote. And I said that because there's a lot of articles calling for most of these markets. They're saying most of these markets are in a bubble. They don't leave crypto out. I just read an article. It was either today or yesterday that was saying something like that. But mostly they're pointing at the stock market. Of course, they've been saying the stock market is in a bubble for quite some time. But now let's go here. So this article is titled Bitcoin, Gold, and Silver are in a strong bull market. So we get a little crossover between Bitcoin news and gold news today. Veteran trader explains why. In 1971, Capital Chief Investment Officer Brian Russ says Ethereum is undervalued and that Bitcoin, gold, and silver are in a long bull market. I have no clue what's going on with Ethereum. I barely look at Ethereum. I don't have any, so I don't really even research it or keep up with the price. Is Ethereum doing well? Folks, you tell me. For some investors, I stay focused on what my bread and butter is. For some investors, Bitcoin's recent rally to $100,000 milestone gave the signal that the asset is here to stay. I never thought it was going anywhere. Did you? Well, let me remember. A lot of people told me Bitcoin was dead. That's what they said. They said, hey, Mick, Bitcoin is dead. They said Solana was dead. Chainlink was dead. I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, and Cardano. There you go. That's the four that have risen from the grave now, right? That's the four that a lot of people were saying that. All right. So I have to keep that in mind. Not everybody believes in Bitcoin. Okay. With many cryptocurrencies trading close to all-time highs, analysts have started to wonder how long the bull market can last and what role macroeconomics and geopolitics could play in the length of the current crypto bull run. On episode 46 of the Decentralized with Cointelegraph podcast, host Ray Salmond spoke to 1971 Capital Chief Investment Officer Brian Russ about the current events impacting crypto in the stock market. It says growing U.S. deficits. All right. Quote, that could be equities, but certainly things like precious metals. Bitcoin, I think, gets into that conversation, and commodities as well. A lot of people are saying that. I don't understand this. Pay attention to this. Why is everybody concentrating on value coming out of commodities and going into Bitcoin, but they're not looking at the cash pile on the side that I've been following for a long time? The cash pile is on the side. Many of these big pros were saying for 2 years the cash pile is going to go into stock market, but it didn't. So then what is the cash pile waiting on? I'm one of those believers that the cash pile at some point will start to trickle into crypto, but it's not time yet. All the big companies are not in yet. There's still going to be a lot of volatility. I think at some point, at least cryptos like Bitcoin and XRP, I think the volatility will be at a minimum because the big companies will have stepped in and taken over at that point. And I think that's when the cash pile, money market fund, cash pile, trillions of dollars will begin to flood in. I mean, that's a possibility. It's not a guarantee, of course. But I don't know why they're not looking at that aspect. They just automatically go to commodities. Now, and I don't think they understand that a lot of people who love gold, they're in gold permanently. Gold is a safe haven. It does not fail people who got in low, right? It's very safe. In my humble opinion, not financial advice, just my humble opinion. So I don't know why they feel that way, but I could be wrong. It says evolution of the 60-40 portfolio. When asked how the success of Bitcoin, exchange traded funds, ETFs, could impact the traditional 60-40 portfolio, Russ said more people are turning away from bonds and looking toward alternatives. Quote, the 60-40 portfolio has always been 60% equities and 40% bonds. Now folks are looking for alternatives. Didn't I say that? I said that a while ago. People are looking for all types of new things. The old ways are all but done for. It says, so maybe we don't have the full 40% in the bonds. Maybe gold and silver take up a portion of that. Yes. In my humble opinion, maybe Bitcoin takes up a portion of that. It's possible, but I'm going to go towards gold and silver every time first. Russ said that as those portfolio reallocations happen, he could predict tailwinds for things like gold and Bitcoin, silver, and even some other assets further out on the curve. Quote, I think you get headwinds for fixed income, and I think we're probably in the early to middle stages of seeing that right now, unquote. I've been saying that also. I agree 100%. Who is this individual? This person, I like this person. They know what they're talking about. Brian Russ. Who do you work for, Brian Russ? I don't remember who they said. Anyways, Brian Russ, of this company, 1971 Capital. All right. Yeah. Okay. You have some good thoughts, sir. So you guys let me know what you think. You agree with all of that? You don't agree with all of that? I tend to agree with a lot of this. And listen, once again, we're finding out how bullish crypto really is. We're in for some brilliant times in the future, not without turbulence, of course. But now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.